Hello friends, today we will discuss mainframe architecture. Let's start with the mainframe architecture. The mainframe we use today date back to April 7th April 1964 with the announcement of the IBM System 360, right? With the announcement of IBM 360, right? System 360 uses the operating system that called MVS. What is that? MVS. That is multiple virtual storage. Multiple virtual storage. Later, IBM packaged MVS and many of its key subsystems together and called the result OS 390. Means it combines MVS with the subsystem called as OS 390, which is the intermediate preprocessor to ZOS, to the ZOS. Until the 80s, most mainframe use punch card for input and the teleprinter for output, right? Up to the 80s, mainframe uses the punch card and the teleprinters, right? These were later replaced by the CRT, cathode ray tube terminals, right? Typical post 1980s, in 19 after the 1980s, mainframe architecture is depicted in figure, right? Mainframe architecture is shown in the figure. A terminal based user interface would display screen, right? It would display screen top of the figure, right? 3270 terminal, right? It display the screen control by the mainframe server using VTAM, 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 virtual telecommunication access method. Let's see details of VTAM, virtual telecommunication access methods, right? For entering and viewing the information, right? It is used for the entering and viewing the information, similar like the screen, okay? Screen and the keyboard, right? The VTAM means virtual telecommunication access method is an IBM application program, right? Is an IBM application program interface API for communicating with the telecommunication devices and their users, right? It we can say that it is the intermediate between the telecommunication devices and the users. VTAM, virtual telecommunication access method, was the first IBM program to allow programmers to deal with devices as logical units, to deal with devices as logical unit without having to understand details of line protocol and device operations. In IBM terminology, virtual telecommunication access method is access method software allowing application programs to read and write data to and from external devices. It is called virtual because it was introduced at the time of IBM was introducing virtual storage. Why it is called as a virtual? Because it introduced at the time of virtual storage by upgrading the operating system of the System 360 series to virtual storage version, right? VTAM has been renamed to be the SNA services futures, SNA service services future of communications server for OS 390. This software package also provide TCP IP functions. Virtual VTEM supports several network protocols including SDLC, right, token ring, start stop, bisynchronous, local channel address 3270 devices, and later TCP IP, and later TCP IP. VTEM becomes a part of IBM Strategic System Network Architecture SNA, which in turns become a part of the more comprehensive system application architecture, that is the SAA, System Application Architecture. Terminals communicated with the mainframe using the system network architecture, that is the SNA protocol, instead of the TCP/IP protocol today. Right? While these mainframe computers had limited CPU power by modern standards, their input output bandwidth was extremely relative to their CPU power, extremely slow relative to their CPU power. Right? Got it, all of you? What is next? Next is the MVS, multiple virtual storage. Right? MVS is an operating system from IBM that contains to run on many of IBM mainframe, and large server computers also, right, and large server computers also. MVS has been said to be operating system that keeps the world going, and the same could be said of its successor systems, OS 390 and the ZOS, right. The virtual storage in a MVS refers to the use of virtual memory in the operating system. Means virtual storage, MVS refers to the virtual memory, right. Next one is Job Control Language. JCL is the scripting language used on IBM mainframe operating system to instruct the system on how to run a batch job or start a subsystem. Right? Batch job or start a subsystem. Got it, all of you? Means JCL is used for the scripting of operating system programming. Right? Next one is the IMS, Information Management System, right. Information Management System is a database and transaction management system that was first introduced by IBM in 1968. They introduced the transaction management system, database and transaction management system, known as the Information Management System, IMS. Right? Since then, IMS has gone through many changes in adapting to new programming tools and environments. Now, IMS is one of two major legacy database and transaction management system from IBM that runs on mainframe MVS, now ZOS system. And the other is CISC, right? Other is CISC. It is a claim that historically application program that use either or both IMS or CISC, CICS services have handled and continue to handle most of the world banking, insurance and other entry transactions. Got it, all of you? IMS consists of two major components. IMS consists of two major components. First one, the IMS database management system, in short IMSDB, and the IMS transaction management system, in short IMSTM. In the first one, that is the IMSDB, in the first one, that is IMS DB, the data is organized into a hierarchy, right? Means hierarchical structure. The data in each level is dependent on the data in the next higher level. Okay, the data is organized so that its integrity is ensured. Its integrity is ensured, and the storage and retrieval process is optimized. Got it, all of you? IMSDB. Now the IMSTM. What is IMSTM? IMSTM, transaction management system, right? IMSTM controls input output processing, provides it handles input output, also provides formatting, logging and recovery of messages, maintain communication security, and oversees the scheduling and execution of the programs. Means it handle all things which are performed on the database. TM use a managing mechanism for queuing request, right? TM, that is the transaction management system, uses a messaging mechanism for queuing request. IMS originally program interface was DL1, data language 1. Today IMS applications and database can be connected to 6 applications and DB2 database. Also Java programming, nowadays Java programming can access IMS database and the services. Okay, IMS services. This is all about the mainframe architecture. Okay, thank you everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video.